Hello and welcome to another episode of Space Engineers. And in the last episode, we attacked the enemy base up over the horizon here at this mountain. And we certainly did a number on them. They are defeated. And they have left, but I don't know for how long. And I believe I've fulfilled my goal of what I wanted to do on this planet. We've taken out several of the enemy bases. We have secured all of the resources that I think we could use for industrial overhaul. And we have pretty much done the entirety of the industrial overhaul tech tree. And as such, I believe it's time that we start getting a move on, as there is a jump module 160 kilometers on the other side of the planet out there in orbit that we need to go and grab so we can get out of here and head off to our next adventure. Now, as sort of outside of the narrative of the game, the Automaton's beta is out currently, and also when that releases, I'm guaranteed to have this save break because of all the mods I'm using. So therefore, I kind of want to finish this series up before Automatons comes out in full and not cause any more issues. The last time that happened, if you will remember, it is when we were over on the other side of the planet here. Where were we? Here! At our starting... Let me just move this guy here. Zoop. At our starting area. We had set up our base here, and we did some amazing things. But then, the Most Wanted update came out, and completely destroyed my save, and required me to pack up everything into the Discovery, which I was doing anyway, and was thankfully being able to salvage that because I was in a transition period. So, set this back to wherever the sun should have been for there. We've had some fun in this series, but it's time to move on before the next update comes out. And then when it does, we can do some awesome series and some awesome videos about the Automatons update. And as such, it is time to start working on the Sky Factory, which I was able to salvage. I went back through my footage of the battle, and I saw that this thing literally just ran out of fuel and fell into the ocean. I was just going along. I was making a left turn with my Marauder, and I was going along this way, and then the Sky Factory just went splash and just went into the bay. And that was it. It actually went down almost completely intact. It's just a few bullet holes, but the important bits, things like the shield generator, and if we pop inside here, there is the where it'll be the other shield bits, the enhancer and the modulator and the table and such. Everything that used the field emitters, it all survived, which is great. There is a few holes here, but I think this Sky Factory is in dire need of an entire retrofit. It is using hydrogen, but we are running industrial overhaul, so therefore we have better options. We have rocket fuel, which I have been building and creating just a small amount of it. These are currently full of rocket fuel, and this is my only rocket fuel refinery. However, if we retrofit this thing to rocket fuel, and oh god, oh, supply transport, okay, and I think it'll have a lot better thrust to weight ratios and better fuel efficiency. Then we can just blast off into orbit and get out of here before the enemies come back and decide to blow up my base now that I've blown up theirs. But let's get to it. So I have set up my build and repairs, and I believe they are on. If not, I can change that quite quickly. Right, audio. Yes, you are. Thank you. And we can get right to work. So, one important thing is we're going to have space to attach to the jump module when we get to it. And the jump module ship, the one that was crashed in the Arctic, that was heading for the jump module, had their merge blocks in a 3x3 orientation. So there was a merge block, and then 3 blocks, and then another merge block in a square. So I need to make an area on the top of this thing that is going to be able to do that. And why am I extracting copper wire and stuff? Oh, I must have something in my build planner before. Just steel plate, please. And you may notice, why is it pink? Well, that's because I set that up as the grind color for those build and repairs. And as such, we are going to get rid of... I think this back area is going to be the merge area. So we're going to get rid of these parachutes. I believe we can leave that. But we're going to have to probably go... merge here. And a merge here. And then we can go 1, 2, 3 back. And there'll be a merge sticking straight up here. And that'll give us enough room. And we can just snap the merge... slap the jump block onto the back right there. So we don't have to fuss about with anything. Which I think would be great. Excellent. So let's just get that set up. That way I don't have to think about it anymore. And set this back to a decent color. So we boom, and then 1, 2, 3 of space, and that... Oh, we can probably extend the little bit underneath of it, right? To make that a full block. We'll get rid of that slant, and we'll make it a little bit bigger of a slant. We'll put a full block. Boom. Boom, and then slant it in like so. Bada boom. Excellent. And then merge is 1, 2, 3. And there. And there. And hopefully it's not going to overlap this at all, because I kind of like having this little pillar up here for this turret. Whether or not this is going to be a Gatling is going to be changed out today. But we can easily figure that out. What are you? You're my hydrogen tank. Okay. Does this thing actually even have any hydrogen in it currently? Or did it expel everything while it flew over? 42%. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need that. Some of the other stuff that's going to come off of here. Look at the other parachute hatches. We have an entire assembly system. And these windows. These windows definitely don't have to be here. And as such, the click, 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 all these yield modules and such. There's a full refinery on either side of this thing, which we definitely do not need. This can just be replaced with some empty space and some armor. And get rid of that full refinery. Hooray for build and repairs being able to do this for me. But I can jump in here and help. Speed module, what, down to an assembler below it? Yeah. Get rid of those. This thing was originally a factory, but now we don't really need it to be a factory. So we can rip out all this infrastructure stuff and use this for additional batteries and such. Windows? Do we need windows? No, we can just do armor after this. Just get rid of all this stuff. Excellent. And as such, we can probably open up this passageway and have a larger interior space. Because now we have all this room in here, especially if we get rid of at least where that H2O2 is currently located. We can reposition it in the grid. Get rid of some of this stuff as pink and keep grinding. Right. Just doing that has opened this area so much. We can totally... let's see here. There's these guns on the bottom. I think those positioning is good. We've got it mirrored at the top. They are not currently conveyored, but that could be easily done. And we do need some location for a cargo container and such, which is what these areas were for. So we could do cargo containers back in here. A nice large cargo container. That would give us the piping to go from there to there and also down to there. That would pipe in all those turrets. It's probably a good idea. Alternatively, we do have the other turrets from, like, the different mods I'm using. We could put something like 203 millimeters on here. Let's see what fits. Whoa. Come on, game. Give me that control. Alright. Now, I don't think 300 would fit, because it's, what, 4 blocks wide? Yeah. But a 3-block wide 203 millimeter put at the same height of those would... it would give me a passageway up there, and the conveyor port would be a block lower. And would that look good on this thing? Actually, it would probably be a little bit too much in terms of how big this ship is. At least for how close those turrets are together. Possibly just the assault rounds, or just, I could go with 100s here. And I could even put the 200 back here. Because I do have a couple blocks of extra space here that I can drop down with these conveyors as this thing's being lifted up. Excellent. Let's do a little bit more gutting to get rid of all the excess stuff and see what I got room for. These hydrogen engines and all this stuff back here, this can all come out. We're not going to have any more hydrogen on this ship in the future. This conveyor system, that was just for the engines, can come out. Not going to need these interior turrets, they'll just be taking up extra space. And this little airlock to the back is good enough. That can stay there. Other than that, what do I got behind the walls here? It's just a bunch of conveyors, some decoys back to these, which were the back connector blocks. Alright. So those, I think, can stay as they are. That wall of conveyors, though, could be turned into... instead of conveyors, which are a little bit laggy, they could be turned into the supported conveyors. The what are they called again? Reinforced conveyors, which is an easy change. Last one, right? And then it's the connector? Yeah, the spot where the connector would go. Okay. And I can probably get rid of all this armor. And there's just so much room in this area now. This entire space just opens up completely. And even on here, this can just reverse this slope shape. Instead of sloping in and following that way, we can slope back out and have a nice open area. Right. Connector from there. We will copy that on this side. And as such, we'll do a reinforced straight connector. Like so. Back. And then T-junction here. And just continue it along. I guess that is just here for a look of having this arm come out. It's like wondering why the armor needs to slope back in this section. I guess so. I'll just have something in front of that to block it off and seal it up. And for here, this hydrogen tank has to go. As we are not going to be using hydrogen anymore. So that whole thing can come out. We're going to leave the shields and stuff all here. Get rid of the programmable block because we're not going to need that right there anymore. Also balance out the room a bit better. And still more. There's just more O2H2 generators everywhere in this frickin' thing. I need to clean them all out. They are getting in the way. Like, even down here. What is this going to? This conveyor at the bottom is going down to the bottom turret. Okay. So, in this central core, this should be the place where we're going to get the rocket fuel tanks. So, rocket fuel tanks. What can we fit in this space is a very good question. The regular rocket fuel tanks are actually too big. Right? This is a 3x3x3 space, and these tanks are 5x5x5. As we seem to be shooting down some missiles, but we're okay. You see these guys here, this is the size of the rocket fuel tank, and it's a little too big, to say the least. So we need something that'll fit in this space. That is, or I enlarge in this space in order to fit a 5x5x5. In which case I need to go a block in each direction. So I would need to cut out all of this, cut out these batteries, which I should be able to do. I'd have to move or rebuild the shield stuff. That's really freaking painful. Go a block further down and up. So if I go a block up, I'm going to miss this conveyor. That's fine. I can come up into this space. And then I'd have to put something like armor around that, which will mean I'm probably going to be butting up against this shield emitter. In which case, I think that's just too much. Too much? We'll just go with a different option. And that is to use a bunch of small tanks. So we've got the cylindrical one, which is 3x1x1. Probably best to do the 1x1x2s. And we can... I don't want to do this. I already know what I can do. I can at least extend it slightly left and right here. Right? And then I can do a line of them like this. Going click, click, click. And then I can put a line of conveyors in the center. Along with the same thing on the other side. I am a genius. And those have 30,000 rocket fuel each. So if I have, 10 of these somehow in here, I'll have 300,000 rocket fuel. That should be more than enough. It'd be kind of like how I'm doing it with the, well, I did it with the Marauder, where I had just a bunch of smaller tanks, and that equaled the capacity of a large tank, but on a slightly better form factor. So as such, we need just conveyor junctions in here, because I need to be having these go in every direction. So, bum, 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 and bum, bum, bum. And that will give these guys access from every side. As such, I wonder if I can run some piping through the floor. What's down here? I totally can. Yeah, I can turn this down right here instead. So what I'm thinking is that I go from this conveyor side here, and I go straight back to, like, here, and then I go through the floor, and then up here, and that frees up all of these blocks on both sides, instead of having them take up space to then connect to here in the side. Yeah, that's so much better. This is the fun part of editing a ship afterwards, is doing some of the renos to it. Oh, heck, I could even have it go underneath the floor there, right? Does that fit? Oh, that totally fits. Totally fits, because I just need to come over to here, and then I can go straight up, and then I'm going out to the connectors. Heck yes. One more block, even. Ah, it feels so good to be building this right beside my big base. I can have all these resources ready to go. I'll just clean that all out. Yeah, this can go back as just a regular armor block. And we can get this built up. Right here is going to be a T going left and right. And then I can just put reinforced straights right down this pathway, going right in. And that looks kind of cool, because you'll be able to see your conveyorage underneath the floor. Same thing here. Just go straight along to a corner here. And this corner has to go up. And then this will go out from that point. And if I want this to be able to seal, I'm going to need a solid junction at the end in order to have it seal properly. I think. I wonder. Are these exposed? Ooh. I'm not sure. Is a decoy like sealed? It is not sealed. Okay. So that case, the decoys need to be behind solid blocks, or just remove the decoys. That's the easy answer to that. Is get rid of the decoys. Who needs them? In which case, yeah, we can just do that. And then we'll get that block there, which should look good from the outside, and it does. And we can just square off this corner. And then have the conveyor comes out. Bada bum. And a curve in there. And that looks good. And now I have all this giant amount of room in the middle here. And I can do this exact same setup on the other side. Alternatively, I can just go straight across with these blocks. Unless I need this one particular block of space for some reason. I think I can fit stuff in there. Alright. Let's reno the other side now. Alright, so this back end here has been repaired and rerouted for those 2 connectors in the back. However, they come to the core. And at the core, we still need to conveyor stuff out to the sides. As you can see here, we have this large industrial hydrogen engine, and the hydrogen engines that are in front of it need to be replaced with rocket engines, but also piped correctly. So the large rocket thruster, which I believe is using the exact same model as the regular hydrogen engine, we should be able to plop right into this thing with very little issues. A couple of the armor pieces are going to fall off, though. Yep, just like that. As they were all just connected to the engine. So, right? I don't have titanium. I need titanium plate. Do I even have any titanium? Titanium plate. I do. Yay. Okay, we good. God, it's nice having a big stockpile of resources on this base. Wrong one. There we go. So, large rocket thruster can go right there. But before I do that, it might be... Oh, no, these are all just going to fall off, aren't they? Yeah, they're all just going to fall off. I just got to deal with that. Yep, that's just how it is. This large rocket engine can go in here. And the conveyors are just going to have to be junctions because I need all the sides. So, junction, junction. And then small rocket thrusters. Yeah, and just continue all the way around, refitting all the rocket thrusters into, or all the hydrogen thrusters into rocket thrusters. Right. Rocket thrusters are being built up, although are they low on anything? Ceramics. Okay. Who makes ceramics? Production, what do we got? Cement kiln? No, you just make concrete. Who makes ceramics? Probably the glass something? Or the ceramics furnace would make ceramics. Of course it fucking would. I need carbon on this grid. Okay, where's my carbon? That is a very good question. I probably have a bunch of carbon over here, don't I? Oh, did this... Oh, everything got disconnected from the base. This happens every so often while I reload. Everything just gets disconnected. And we've been probably running off the battery backup at the factory. That's why it's been just going along without any worries in the world. Because there's a good handful of lithium ions in the basement. Just absolutely stock full of power. There we go. Everything's reconnected. So, there should be a carbon. Yes, there is 24,000 units of carbon in the flak tower. Let's transfer it over. And we shall go for carbon. And grab it all. And might as well grab some of that iron while we're here. Because whoa! The driver assist script going, hello, you're way heavy now. Let me change your suspension. We are building a whole bunch, but a lot of our iron is in the flak tower for building ammunition. And as such, we should transfer some of it back in order to facilitate our building of our escape craft. Because at this point, we just need to get out of here. What ammunition we have is probably going to be good enough to be in stock. And that should have been sucked into the system. And then this ceramics furnace right here should be going to town building ceramics. Excellent. Alright, and now those thrusters can get built up. Should I add some of this greebling back on? I mean, I could do the hard part and literally weld pad it back together. Or I just do the easy part and just place out some blocks in appropriate shape. Which was a full slope. Oh, it was the 2x1 slope. 2x1s going back. And then a full thing. And then I think because this is a shorter thing, we'll just go for a armor slope direct in. And that'll look good. Excellent. I think for the roof here, we just need to go around patching up some of these holes. Don't think we need to do anything special for it, though. Literally just seal the roof with a few blocks. And it should be good, yes? Yes, I think so. We're coming along, making pretty good progress with renovating this thing, but I noticed something on the horizon. ROS lost cargo. What? Alright. Let's go take a look at what that is. It's about, what, 6K away? Suppose I can just jump in the Warthog and zip on over there. Got the pistons reverse, magnetic plates on lock. Should have plenty of fuel on board. And if I actually had my thrusters going, I could have not run off the runway. And let's go check it out. Let's see what this lost cargo is all about. Oh, it's just something on the beach. What the hell is that? It just looks like some kind of like a box almost. Like, what the heck? Alright. Let's take a look. I mean, it is definitely coming up as a neutral. So, I don't think there's any reason for me to engage this thing. So let's just come on down here. Let's land up. And park, please. Good plane. The heck is this? Commander's eyes only. Top secret. And it's like shattered. It's built by the regional defense officer. What is going on? There's nothing else here except for a button. I'm assuming my plane's far enough away if this just explodes. I'll just press it. And nothing happened. Okay. Do I cut into it? What is this? the heck is in here? It's like a rover of some kind? Okay, 1 second here. Let me cut this wall away. It's like a little rover. What the heck is this? A bunch of small batteries. There's a control panel back here. There is no inventory in this thing. And there's a merge block. Okay. We've unmerged it from the block. Need better access to that back there. Let me cut away this wall. Is this just some kind of little rover dealie? Nobody owns it, so might as well take over. And it does have a remote control. So let's see, can we remote access to this thing? We can. Oh, it is just like a little rover dealie. But it has no gyros, so I can't jiggle its way out of there, and I can't flip it, it seems. Interesting. I'm unsure of what they were going to do with this little rotor dealie. Or this rover dealie. But... oh, I bet I can kick that top panel off it now. Oh! It got itself out! Ah, but it's... oh, I need to flip it over! I need a gyroscope. I need to come back and build a gyroscope on this thing. Or do I just need to raise the wheels? Is it like in a packed mode? Let's see here. What are your wheels like? Suspension. Oh, your wheels were all the way the other direction. There you go. It's just a little rover. And it's got a timer. Oh god, what is that timer doing? Timer. Okay, and it's just to... okay. This must be like some sort of like... oh god, don't die in the ocean. This must be some kind of emergency beacon like transmitter. So after a duration, it would turn on the antenna if it wasn't found. Okay, so I think I can get rid of that safely. That way I don't have to worry about it. Get rid of the merge. So it's got a little bit of ground clearance. And it's just a little rover dealie. Nice. We can just stand right here. And let's really remote access our drone. Just drive it around. Why not? I got a little toy. Gee. This thing is tiny. Its wheels are offset, and that makes me sad. I guess they needed to do that to make this thing as small as possible to fit into that spot. But this is awesome. I'm totally gonna drive that home. I'll just zip home in the plane here, deposit this thing into the airfield, and then fly back in my suit and drive that thing back. I'll make sure to bring back enough resources so I can build a little seat on it and drive it home. This thing is fun to it's almost like a little go-kart. It's funny because I'm only going like 30-40 meters a second, yet it feels so fast. It is ridiculous because I'm so low to the ground. We're just zipping along here. And we should be back at the base momentarily. And our little go-kart is back. I'm tempted to take this little thing with me. We shall park it up right here. It's got 24 hours of battery in its little small lithium batteries. And we can... Looks like the large thrusters still need a bit of ceramic work. They have been getting some, but I don't know if these ceramic factories are just working away. Yep, just doing their thing. It'll probably take them a little while to complete all of the ceramics required for all these thrusters. But that'll just be some time off camera. We got to finish off the remainder of the interior here. The unfortunate thing is we still need to connect these. So this needs to be connected up to the main systems here. And how I think would be the best way to do this is to go right through the floor again. So what I could do is I could take this out and I could change that and this all the way across and even right to the edge, right? Where am I? There I am. I can take that block out, correct? I'll leave that one there. Yeah, I guess I can leave that one there. That's where we'll have the delineation between the two sections here. We'll have the rocket fuel. Just gotta grab this stuff onto my bar again. We'll get the enclosed fuel tanks. And the rest of it will be conveyor corners and stuff, which I need more steel plate for. Alright, let's corner that down, corner it over, and then just have reinforced tube. Just one of them, because I can put back in some more tanks here and get a little bit more fuel, I'd say. It's starting to expose the bottom. The fuel tanks might be exposed. Oh, I maybe don't want to do that. Maybe just do reinforced all the way across and then just do a junction here. And that way at least the bottom is a little bit more secured. And we've got a nice airtight seal on it as well. And this is just going to be corner, corner going up, corner going over. And we can put a door on either side of... That's the airtight doors. I want the normal doors. There we go. We can put a door on each side of these gas tanks. Which... Are they sealed? Airtight, sealed. Okay. They are sealed. That's good. So I could have put them there, but whatever. We'll put a door on each side, and that way we'll have our last bit of gas tank, which will be here and here, with our last bit of conveyor junction. There. And we've redesigned the half section to have a lot more space if I want to put stuff back here. Plus a bunch of rocket fuel. Beyond that, what else do I need to do in this thing? There is enough room in the floor here that I could conceivably... that can't be a T-junction. That doesn't really fit there. But I could go from here and run a line out and all along underneath the floor here and then come up into this section here. And that would allow me better access to all that stuff. And even more space along the walls. And from here, I can just straight line this reinforced conveyor tube all the way along. Thinking right here, we'll leave that one out, as we're going to need some storage on this thing, hold ammo and such. And so what we can do is we can put the 2 large cargo containers back into here. We shall I need aluminum for these. Because, of course, when I want to do the thing, I don't have the materials on hand. Because that's just how it seems to work for me in this silly game. Aluminum. Thank you. Ah, yeah. We only need a few pieces. So 7 will do us just fine. Come on in here. And we can plop down large cargo container. Large cargo container. That is going to connect up to the sides here. And as such, we will need a T and then a corner in order to finish this off. Make sure it's facing the right direction, and then a corner, and bada bum. And then with the large cargo containers there, their pass-throughs are going to be connecting up to the assault cannons on top and bottom, piping them back up, which is very useful. And all we gotta do, continue that all going up here on the side, and repeat it on the other side. Alright, well, we've been making some great progress on this ship, but I'm thinking that's all I need to do, at least for now. Everything is reconnected on this ship. We've got this coming back into there. I believe I just need to do the reinforced corner piece here and a reinforced straight edge there. And that reconnects all of the turrets and cargo and fuel systems. Beyond that, it's just maybe buffing up a few places with some extra armor. I think I severely cut down on the amount of batteries that are currently on this grid right now. Sky Factory batteries is down to just 3 of them. So that's probably a good idea to replace a lot of the batteries that are on here. Possibly replace them with some of the higher end batteries that I have. Because I do have the electron matrices. Although that I'm kind of low on gold and such right now. So might not be able to do that at the moment. Throw in a couple more systems, but I think, as the sun is going down, we have done a fairly decent remodel of this thing to eliminate a lot of the excess weight that it carried, as well as prep for the jump drive and where it's going to connect in, and just get this thing ready to get out of here. We'll have to do some tests to make sure it is sealed, and I'll throw on some vents in order to pressurize it while I'm in atmo, like while I'm in space, and make sure that the, 2 large rocket thrusters should be able to get me out of orbit, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. And then make sure I have enough fuel, do some field tests, and I'd say by next episode, maybe the episode after that, we should be ready to get out of here. And as such, I'm really excited about that. But that'll be it for now. I'm going to slap down some more batteries and call it a day. For now, thanks for watching. And good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.